Hi, and welcome back to the BlackBerry booth here at RSA 2023. If you're in our vicinity, you're in for a treat because I've got the big guy here, and I don't want to spoil the reveal, so I'm going to let him introduce himself. John?
Terrific. Thanks, Steve. John Giamatteo, and I'm president of the Cybersecurity business unit here at BlackBerry.
We're very pleased to have him in the booth with us and to see all of this activity going on, and what a difference a year makes.
Oh my gosh, it's crazy.
In the industry for BlackBerry. Let's start out talk about some of the overall, the macro trends that you're seeing that are influencing the cybersecurity industry right now.
It's a tremendous industry, tremendous amount of attacks that is coming in across. I think what's one of the bigger differences, the attack landscape continues to expand dramatically, number one. The sophistication levels of the adversaries, I think, is expanding tremendously, number two. And at the same time, the industry has probably got one of the biggest labor shortages of all time. So from a services perspective, people need more help than they've ever needed before to kind of stay atop of some of these trends around the landscape and the sophistication.
It's almost kind of a perfect storm because you have the number of threats, the sophistication of threats at an all-time high and growing, and you have fewer people than ever to deal with that problem.
Exactly.
What are we doing about it?
Yeah, no, it's been a super exciting time for us at BlackBerry. When you look at the things that we've done over the course of the last year, we really have fortified our foundation, whether it's from our people and the innovation centers that we set up to deliver products that addresses some of these trends that we're talking about, whether it's our go-to-market. One of the cool things that we've done this time from last year was integrated our go-to-market approach. So our BDRs, our sales, our renewals, our channel, they're all one team locally in the regions that they operate, addressing our customers' needs where those needs are happening. So that's another, I think, aspect of what we've been up to. And we've done a ton around the product, ton of heavy lifting around the product, which I'll definitely get into a lot more about that, Steve.
Let's talk a little bit more organizationally, because you've come in, you were the Chief Revenue Officer of McAfee, you come into this organization with a revered brand in Cylance and a revered brand in BlackBerry that's been around for decades and is trusted. Yet there was some problems you had to fix. What were those headwinds you're facing?
You know what? I'll start with the brand since you bring it up. You know, to me, it's not a problem. To me, we are fortunate to have the best of both worlds. You know, BlackBerry is one of the most, widely renowned brands that exist in the tech industry. Always known for its security, trust, and innovation across everything that we do across the company. So as a mother corporate brand, couldn't get a better corporate brand. You know? Then you couple that with the Cylance cybersecurity platform, one of the most innovative technologies that's come out in the industry over the course of the last decade, and you leverage the two of those things, the BlackBerry brand and that promise of security, trust, and innovation, and then the Cylance brand in terms of all the cool, innovative things we do across the cloud from a cybersecurity perspective. To me, I think it's the best of both worlds.
I should have said opportunities, or challenges maybe, but the opportunities abound. And in addition to a really strong team that you came in to lead, you've added additional expertise to that seems like it's really getting traction in the industry, and people are starting to recognize that BlackBerry, maybe it never went away, but it's certainly back, and it's a force to be reckoned with.
It's exciting. It's exciting. To me, that's almost the best of both worlds as well. I mean, the BlackBerry, rank and file team that brought the company to where it is today, that made the incredible pivot from a handset company to an enterprise software and services company. The folks at BlackBerry, across the entire organization has made that happen. Now, augmenting that with some new talent and some new capabilities, helping us fortify our cybersecurity talent, our go-to-market capabilities around the globe. I think we had a great foundation. We simply added to it, and I think it puts us in you could feel the energy, the excitement. Gosh, it's a different place.
Now you talked about really shoring up the products, and the endpoint product was groundbreaking and continues to be. And I think so much so that the inventors, the people who brought that to market, felt like maybe they didn't need to address some of the other areas because it was so effective that being able to do endpoint detection and response, if you don't have a breach, why do you need a response?
Right.
You know, there was a little bit of that mindset, but I think we found that the market wants those tools, it wants that visibility. So talk about some of the things that you've done to make this a full featured portfolio.
It's actually one of the proudest things accomplishments of what the team has done over the course of the last year. The heavy lifting we've done around the portfolio has been tremendous, and exactly like you say, I think our endpoint protection was always best in class. The innovative, AI, ML capabilities from a cloud perspective, small agent, small CPU utilization, best efficacy in the industry. That was our calling card for sure. When I think about, EDR, taking it to the next level, that's what we've done. We really came out with a version 1.0 a couple of years ago to kind of get something out into the market. And we have innovated on that quite a bit over the course of made it cloud, much more cloud enabled now, everything that's happening in it. Our console, our One Alert console capability provides, SOC analysts one place to go and manage their entire environment. So these are the kinds of things I think that we've added to it that really takes the portfolio to a completely different level. So that's one part of it. The other is so much is happening in the cloud now. Our ZTNA approach that we've launched last year, I think I couldn't be more excited about it because it really addresses a need of the market right now, reduces some of the complexity. If you got a real complex VPN environment, this web gateway product not only keep things secure, but also will help you eliminate a ton of cost around the complexities of managing a comprehensive VPN strategy. So I think that's another aspect that we're excited about. And then finally, our threat intelligence. I think it's one of our killer capabilities. We've got millions and millions and millions of endpoints feeding our global threat intelligence engine. And those endpoints provide us tremendous amount of insights. What's happening by vertical? What's happening in the healthcare space? What's happening in the financial services space? What's happening in the OT space? And provides those CISOs, those SAC analysts with, here are the trends, here are the best practices, here are the things that you should be doing. We do it on a quarterly basis. We just released our last version of threat intelligence right here at the show, which is exciting. And all of these capabilities have come into place in the course of the last year. So real excited about the progress that we've made.
And you mentioned tools for the Security Operations Center. And for the companies that are of the scale that they have a SOC, but there are tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of companies that are smaller than that, then they need help too, and they're facing all of these same issues. What are we doing to allow them to punch above their weight class?
Yeah, I think that's one of the things that when we talk about customers and partners all this week, is how simple we make all this. And if with the labor shortage, with the complexity of the industry, if you could give them a tool where I can deploy, I can manage it, I can predict what's coming next, without having an army of analysts that's costly and hard to support. That's our value proposition. Let's give you something where you can, and if you need a little bit of help along the way, we have guard services, we have the TZ team that could jump in and provide white glove service based on whatever their requirements are. So that's one of the things, one of the fundamental principles that we built into the product is simplicity in how you use it and the value that you get out of it.
Okay, there's a couple other areas of expansion that I think are differentiating for BlackBerry. And one is, of course, our heritage in secure communications, how that's been woven in, and also the unification of endpoint management across all devices. And talk a little bit about how you're integrating those.
Yeah. No, that's two areas I would talk about in that regard. One is our critical events management, so how we manage crisis, whether it's a natural disaster, political unrest, some of the shootings and things that's happening. Having a platform that can communicate in a structured way, out of band, regardless of what your communication posture is, I think is a fantastic solution. And now we're combining that with our cybersecurity, with the Cylance platform. So if you have a zero-day attack, we can leverage the ad hoc platform as a way to communicate that to all your constituents. So I think that's a pure differentiator. There's literally nobody else doing that in the market, which we're really excited about. That's one. The other, I would say, is our SecuSuite portfolio, very government-oriented, mission-critical, secure communications capability. One of the cool things we've done in the last year, we invested a ton of money to turn it from a hardware-enabled solution to a software-enabled solution. That gives us the ability to make that more accessible to large enterprises, to state, local enterprises, not just the big military, which relies on us to secure their communications all around the world. So those are some cool things that we've done along the way as well to incorporate secure communications and critical event management into the overall portfolio of what we're delivering in the market.
Well, John, I really thank you for sharing these insights with us, and I'd like to give you an opportunity, if you had a chance to talk to everybody who's at RSA and everybody who's watching this maybe in the days to come, what's a little word of advice? What message would you like to leave them with?
I'd like to leave everybody with, couldn't be a more exciting time to be part of BlackBerry. It really is an exciting time with everything we're doing in the industry. Security, trust, innovation has been the values of everything that we stand for. We're proud to protect the largest governments, the largest banks in the world, the largest healthcare institutions in the world, and we've got all the piece parts to do it. So it's an exciting time to be part of an exciting team. We're punching above our weight. We're one of these kind of sleepers in the market that I think has got a big name, big brand, and a big portfolio. And watch this space and what you're going to see from BlackBerry Cybersecurity.
Thank you so much, John. You heard it here from John Giamatteo, the president of our cybersecurity division here at BlackBerry. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll be back with more.
Thanks, Steve.